And that was 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
Now I imagine what...
To our brother, Mr. Tunji Bello, we wish you Godspeed.
Yes, he has not failed before, and we wish he won't fail
right,
this time around.
So, our last but not least story. You know, giving succor in these harsh economic times is the way to go. President Bola Tinubu has magnanimously approved a 50% subsidy on electricity charges for tertiary institutions, teaching hospitals, colleges of education, and polytechnics nationwide. This is coming amid the outcry over high electricity tariffs. Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Tunji Alausa, made the heartwarming disclosure while commissioning some projects at the Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital and National Eye Center in Kaduna. After all, governments worldwide, we are told, exist for the benefits of the citizens and not the other way around. We'll take a report here and return for more discussions. Let's go there.
For years, healthcare and educational institutions have struggled to cope with rising electricity tariff. But now the government has stepped in to provide some relief. The federal government is set to implement a 50% electricity subsidy for public healthcare and educational institutions.
President has approved 50% subsidy to all for energy subsidy, electricity subsidy to all our public hospitals and education system, universities, polytechnics, college of education. That's been approved. The process of implementation is being developed by the Honorable Minister for Energy, and very soon our hospitals and our public education system would be enjoying a significant reduction in the prices of that they are paying currently for their energy tariff.
This visit by the Minister of State for Health is to inaugurate key government projects at the National Ear Care Center in Kaduna. Kaduna State Deputy Governor and the Emir of Zazzau commend the projects, predicting it will significantly enhance service quality and help retain top talents in the healthcare sector.
I'm optimistic that the center will continue to enjoy the support of the parent ministry as it continues to carry out its mandate. Together, we can work towards ensuring that all Nigerians have access to high-quality healthcare services and that this center remains a beacon of excellence in the field of ENT.
Healthcare is supposed to be the leader of all, things, all investments, I believe, because you have to be well, you have to be alive before you do any other thing. So we're particularly very happy that at least there's a huge budget in this place, for these innovations.
The minister also reaffirmed government's commitment to tackle the exodus of medical professionals by boosting training programs and enhancing remuneration packages for skilled healthcare workers. Lupe Asom, TVC News, Kaduna.
Yeah, Yusuf, there's a marked difference between a directive that sounds good and a good-sounding directive.
They are the same thing, except in the difference in the semantics. Yes. Yeah, that is what you have here.
Okay.
This problem emanated from the policy of government, which is about banding electricity, users in the country.
Okay, that's the A to E band.
Yes. So by that policy, offices, companies are to be on band A, and the universities happen to fall under this, public hospitals and so on and so forth. But I don't know, because how we always end up with this kind of issue. People in government, when you do policies, there's what they call policy analysis, diagnosis, simulations, all of this. Don't they do all of this? You get what I'm saying? Because it shocks me. if you see the crisis in our universities, since that banding time, since that policy, became, came into effect, you will wonder, I was already talking about it, that, maybe we will soon end up with nothing again. Because it's a huge help in all public universities.
Remember once, not too long ago, when you
go to University of Ibadan, go to
UCH, had a running battle over paying electricity.
There's none of them that can pay it. Of all the universities,
last week is there.
Of all the universities in Nigeria, they always credit UNILAG because they always have light. He stands out for that. Since Tuesday, it's been here. They paid, I think,
180 million
out of 200 million.
Out of 1.3
that
billion.
Same day, in the morning, in the afternoon, they came and
who are these
disconnected. The company in charge, and disconnected that you must pay everything full. You see, by that policy, since it is effected, the University of Lagos will be paying nothing less than 400 million every month, just for electricity alone. I'm using that as an example, since I know it very well.
University
whereas
its own electricity.
Whereas the subvention from the federal government to that university is no more than 600 million in a whole year. From that subvention, you must do security, you must do cleaning, you must do all municipal services that a university,
all essential services.
Whereas in a month, you are expected to pay minimum of 400 million. So in a year, now when you look at this, what has happened? You now see that hostels in total blackout, classrooms. And when you think about it, how does learning, research...
No, but let's address this issue. With this new regime,
yes.
What do you expect to happen?
What I expect to happen is government needs to, they say they will do 50%, they will need to think deep whether the 50% can actually solve the problem. Because in public hospitals, there are some equipment that cannot stay. If there is 1 minute power outage, whatever procedure you want to do, you will have to start because you have to prime them over a period of time. In the public hospitals, it is worse. So when you go to courses where you have laboratories, where you need electricity, how does learning take place? I don't know with this policy. How does research take place? I don't know. Now, this is good to say 50%. 50% of what? Because you need to think through. You need to think through very, very well. Since that policy...
well, elementarily, let me put it this way. If School A was supposed to pay 10 naira, 50% of it...
It's 5 naira.
Would be 5. That's what my...
Then it means the problem still persists. Or let's do a small calculation with the example of University of Lagos that I just gave.
Doctor, do you understand?
What is 50% of 400 million is how much?
What you should be looking for, should be solutions. So because if you ask me,
is this not a way of solving a wahala?
No, it is not.
It is not.
And I'm going to tell you why, sir. What it means is that government is going to look for money to subsidize. Yeah. And it's the same problem we have been in, subsidizing this same electricity and petroleum products, which this present government wants Nigeria to be weaned off completely. So what are the options that we have? That's the question. So our universities or higher institutions need to do better in terms of their researches. What are the options left to them? Solar is there. Wind power is there.
I was going to talk about
all of those are there. Have they done anything? Our universities should go beyond prioritizing the construction of buildings.
Yeah.
We should now, they are training engineers. What are those engineers doing after their first year in school? That they cannot even make it a project for them. Develop capacity for this hostel that it can be on solar. But have we gotten to that point?
I'm surprised that in a 21st century world, I said yesterday here we were playing catch-up. My colleague said, no, we are not catching up anything.
No, we are not.
But these things are coming by choice. In Enugu, the coal is still there.
It's still everything. We even have everything is there.
In South Africa, they have megawatts of electricity in excess of.
In South Africa,
yeah,
that's not true.
But beyond that, sir,
the number one problem beyond crime in South Africa is electricity problem. I was there last November, and every day that's the only thing.
But I think it is also it also depends on where you are. It also depends on where you visited,
okay.
Because there are certain areas where they have their production hub that power will not fail. That much I know.
That is boundary.
Yes, that much I know. But let me make this point, sir. There is something that we call the Tertiary Education Fund. And there is also an agency that we call the Rural...
TED Fund.
Yes, Electrification Agency. What we hear now is TED Fund is trying to work with REA to ensure that these institutions are not... They don't even have anything to do with the national grid. Because that's the solution.
Yes.
That's the solution. And that's why I'm going with all of these students that we say we should send to go and do 1 month IT somewhere, 4 months IT. Let them stay in that university and build power stations for them. Let our lecturers stop doing researches that don't add value to the institution. Let them stop it. Okay. You see some people, they send them abroad. They cannot, some won't even leave Nigeria. They only collect the funding for the research.
Essentially,
let them build.
Gentlemen, time is the master here, so
yes, sir.
Because we must go. Essentially, what I'm getting from both of you is the problem was caused here, and the answer is also here.
It's a.
Okay.
And our universities can solve the problem.
They can do better. Universities, polytechnics.
And the environment has been liberalized now. It wasn't the old order where it's only the federal government.
Okay.
It's been opened up now. Let them wear their thinking cap.
That's what is doing something.
Okay.
REA is doing something. Let's build on them very quickly before we lose it completely.
The director says I must thank you both.
We love the director.
Yeah, Adekunle Yusuf, many thanks for your time.
Thank
of
you.
course, Dr. Oladipo, we can't thank you enough for your intervention. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That will just about do it for the program today. Not to worry, if you missed any part of it, later tonight at 11, a repeat broadcast will take your airtime. And on Sunday, we expand the fare for you from between 1:30 and 3:30 p.m. And also to tell you, we are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Citizen Jones Hussein. Bye-bye now.